Back off. Back off. This is what I do to get ready, Dave. Every time, I just don't even record it. I got a good video for us.
Motivation's not there every day. I'm missing motivation most days. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, today I felt good. I can't wait to get to the gym. A lot of days, like, gotta get to the gym.
Your motivation. This is a topic near and dear to me because this is one of the one things I love about human beings in general. I'm doing this to motivate. I'm just a juggling act. I do this to motivate. I'll motivate you. I want you in the comments and I want to motivate you. If you need help or you need motivation, just reach out to me. As our friend Joe, brother Joe, mentions, one of the reasons I think back up. I think that you, leave some of that in there, David. I think we value things in people sometimes that we don't have ourselves. And one of the biggest things that I think that I value in others, because I lack it quite often, it's discipline. Doing things that you know you need to do, but you don't necessarily want to do them. A lot of my discipline is tied to the big idea, like I want to make my company a success. And I've tried these 18 things and none of them work. All right, let's go back to the basics. I know one thing that works that really sucks and that's really boring. And that's cold emailing someone, right? Like having a conversation. And one of my most basic tactics that I keep going back to, well, that you need to stay disciplined with is focus on one single thing and do that thing for 90 days, 100 days. Like, don't worry about the speed of it. Worry about the quality of it. And that takes discipline because you kind of day 36 or day 28 or day 48, you tend to lose the motivation.
Motivation's not there every day. I'm missing motivation most days.
You're motivated day 1 and day 2 and day 3, and you might be motivated to day 6 and day 7, someday around day 11 to day 86. You're going to lose that motivation. And you have to at least anchor a thought or anchor a feeling that you know if you stay on this route. Dave, I forgot the window's open. You gotta have to keep this stuff. Leave that in, do something with that. Sorry, man. But I think, again, through day 11 through day 89, you have to remember what were you thinking that got you into that pattern in the first place, right? Like, what was the inciting incident or the thing you needed to remember because you tried those 18 different things and you're like, I'm gonna go back to the basics. So many people don't stick out one plan for a month. Most people don't stick with a plan for 2 weeks or a week before getting shiny object syndrome. Shiny object syndrome is, Dave, definition, you were building a crypto startup. And then crypto's not that cool anymore, so you built an AI startup before even finishing out the crypto startup. And a lot of freaking people have done that. You started a no-code startup, oh yeah, and then crypto, and then you figured out blockchain, and then, AI. It's like you're not finishing anything. You're not exiting anything, you're not selling anything, you're making products no one is using. But the one person to stick out that no-code thing, tens of millions of dollars, right? I know personal experience. We made 7 figures sticking out no code. Everyone was shiny object, was just looking, crypto, blockchain, and then AI, Web3. And it's like, stick to your lane, have the discipline. Everyone else can be unfocused. So bringing it back a tad, you lose motivation and you have to figure out why you're doing that thing. Are you tied to the end, right? The end goal. Are you tied to the end of it? I want to make this 100 million ARR. That puts us well over $1 billion company.
$1 billion.
Probably $1 to $2 billion if we hit that or more. And that's the goal, is to build a huge company. It's not about a head count. It's not about that. Why do you want to do that? I want to be a great entrepreneur. And I'm willing to put in the work. So you can attach yourself to that future goal, right? How bad do you want that goal? How much are you willing to sacrifice and do to achieve that goal? And everyone thinks they need to be a strategist. This is my example. Everyone thinks that like a visionary. And that's great. When you've maybe hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 million, 10 million ARR and you can just be a strategist or a visionary. But early on when you have no resources, you're the CEO or the founder, or you might be the CTO or the technical person, or you might do all the roles because it's just you or just you and one other person or 2 other people. Everyone has to do IC work or individual contributor work. It's really hard to stick that out when you want to be a visionary. And I'm telling you right now, zoom in, David. No one gets to be a visionary at the beginning. So get that out your head. No one gets to sit there and sell a vision, because an investor's next question after they say you got good vision is, how far have you gotten? What's your traction? And one of my old companies, we sold like a drink subscription or whatever it was. I don't have anything Air 5, but it was an early version of what we were doing. We had this one story that we were telling each other. And then that story became like, cool, if we can just sell one person a day, right? Just get one person on a day. Not 10, not like a ridiculous goal, but it was just one a day. I had one other person that was working with me and we were partners at the time. And I said, cool, one a day. Our goal is one a day, no matter what, one a day, no matter what, one a day. And I know I'm being repetitive, but I want this to sink in. He made it 2 days, one sale and then another sale. And guess how many days I made it? 72 days. 72 straight days of one a day. I had to establish a routine every day, writing at least 40 to 50 people every morning, DMing, emailing, doing whatever I could. I started the day off with 40 to 50 messages before I got out of bed. Okay? Before I got out of bed. Knowing that 50 messages would dwindle down to at least one sale a day. One a day. No matter what. Some days we had 12 in a day, right? Because like some people that you're prospecting 3 weeks ago will convert today. I didn't hit day 73 because it was boring to me at that point, right? We had hundreds of people on it and they were all brought in by me. And a lot of those days I had lost motivation to do it, but I held the discipline. And I can't tell you how you keep that discipline, except you have to be attached to the final goal. Or I think for me, it's setting my mind to something, knowing I'm gonna have to work my ass off, but like achieving the goal is such a high. It doesn't matter what it is. It really doesn't. If I wanna set my mind to something, I know I'm gonna work my ass off to get there. And for 72 straight days, we made one. And the strategy of writing 50 people a day led me to getting anywhere from 1 to 12 a day. I'll never forget that experience. That was like 3 or 4 years ago now. But like, we got hundreds of people on it. One a day, that's all it needs to be. And I'm telling you, at some point, you're like, this is boring, this, whatever, I wanna go faster. I had a 6-figure business guaranteed within 90 days. And most people will think, I wanna be a visionary. I don't wanna do the work. I remember one day, I was mitching at people. I said mitching, Dave. I was like yelling at people in the streets to sign up. But I had it in the back of my head, I'm gonna hit this one a day. And that when I got that one was so close. It was like 11:58, 11:59 or something. And you're like, dude, I could finally like relax. When I got the one sale, sometimes it was early in the morning, or I could finally relax when I got that sale. I like it. I like the chase. I like the process. So many people wanna skip the hustle. So many people wanna just be a visionary tomorrow. No one pays you for your ideas. They pay you for the execution against those ideas. Or if you work for someone else, they pay you to execute on their ideas. So it could be worse if you're an entrepreneur or a solo founder or a side hustler out there. Best case scenario, I'm here for you. Let me know you're here for me. Subscribe, hit the comments. Like, we're almost close to 2,000 followers. And that means a lot. Thank you so much.